You need to stop questioning God and understand this. He is preparing you for more than anything you could imagine. God can make up for lost time. He can accelerate, and he can do more in 1 year than you could have done in 10 years on your own. But you have to understand what he's doing for you right now, right? You're not stuck. You're in training. God works in his timing, not yours. God is not man. And so let me give you something to work off of. Let me give you a psychological framework, right? For a reference. This is called the hidden growth phase. In psychology, this refers to the fact that transformation is often happening below the surface before any visible results are seen, right? God is preparing for you. He's preparing something for you that you can't even see. And actually, I got to look up this Bible verse, and I'm going to come right back. There's a Bible verse I want to reference. Okay, so I couldn't find the verse I was really trying to look for, but I'm going to leave you with one of my favorites, Romans 8:18, where he basically says that the sufferings of today cannot compare to the glory of tomorrow. Meaning that the situation that you're going through right now is nothing compared to the greatness he's going to reveal to you by you having patience, by you staying in this phase of preparation, right? A seed, for example, stays buried below the surface before it even begins to sprout. Like, you have to scrape the dirt. You have to check that the sand. You have to check that the dirt is fertile enough for the seed first. This is where you're redestroying your mind, reframing yourself. This is what my objective is with my media and content with you guys to help you get through this place. You have to clean the dirt. But once you do that, you can plant the seed, water it. But you're going to be watering for a while, and you're going to go through some seasons before you see it sprout. And once it sprouts, it's going to go crazy. But then, just like everything else, it's going to go through another season. And, God is developing you in private before he promotes you in public. You got to think like that. You got to think like all the things going on behind closed doors is just God making it to where once you step back out, you're going to be shining. And you're going to be able to, people are going to be able to see the light of God through you, right? Even God himself, even Jesus, I should say, spent 30 years in preparation for the 3 years that he went on an insane run, in his ministry. And if God rushed the process, you wouldn't be ready for the promise. If God rushed the process, you would not be ready for the promise, right? Would you want a doctor operating on you if they'd skipped their training? Hell no. Be for real. If if you're being refined, strengthened, and stretched for what's next, why should you have any sort of doubt, any sort of worry about the promises that God is putting on you, right? Ultimately, you got to understand this too. You cannot skip the process, right? This is called growth mindset. People who embrace challenges and trust the process achieve far more than those who resist that growth. Every challenge, delay, and test is shaping you. It's a person who can handle that blessing. If you're praying for a table, but God is teaching you how to build it, think. You're asking for more, but first you have to be faithful to what you have. You have to be grateful for what you have. And I think this past season of my life, I really understood that fully, right? I fully understood just how great God is. I was not grateful for the blessings that he had brought into my life. I was taking for granted things that I had asked for years. And you know what God will do? He will take it away from you. He will show you not only his power, but show you the place that he's taking you from, the place that he's preparing for you. That's the Bible verse. Can someone comment it down below? It's something about whenever, I think it has something to do with the forest or the burning bush or something like that. And he's talking to the people and he's like, how can you have doubt knowing that the place that I brought you from is to the place you are now, and I'm going to keep making a way for you in the future, just like I've always done. And I think that right there has resonated with me more and more as time has gone on, because I just had to release what I thought was necessary. and had to embrace what God told me was necessary, right? And it's hard, you know. God is somebody. God is, I should say, always going to have a plan greater than we can imagine or think. And ultimately, we have to understand that He's not withholding anything from us, from you, you know, and He's preparing you for what He already has planned. The great things that He has planned for you, you're just not ready for them yet. And that's why you have to go through the season. That's why He's preparing you for this, right? So don't rush the process. Don't force the doors that aren't opening. God is preparing you so when the time comes, you won't just receive the blessing, you'll be ready to sustain it. And I think that's the biggest thing. Start thinking about how to sustain something more than just how to get it, because that's where a lot of people lose. You know, you hear a lot of people that win tens and hundreds of millions of dollars in some case, lose it all because they're so focused on getting it, they don't think, how do I maintain and sustain it? And that, my friend, is what's so important about understanding this life. Understanding all these things, understanding that God moves in His timing, and if you can trust that, you'll get to exactly where you want to be, exactly where you're meant to be it, or be there. And this right now is just preparation for the greatness that is to come, and you just have to have faith. Like sometimes when you don't have the answer is faith. The answer is remaining steadfast in His word and trusting that what you can't see is why you're not supposed to be able to see it. You're not supposed to worry about how, you're just supposed to do. And God is going to reveal the answers to you. So, that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you want more stuff like this, let me know. Leave a comment, drop a like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And down below, you can find my community or in my bio as well. But hopefully just message just resonates with some of you guys, and it helps you see the direction God is taking you, and you have more faith and understanding in where that is going. I love you guys as always, and I will catch you in the next video. See you later. Deuces.